Welcome back to another exclusive edition of More to Live For. From the voice of the North. Got a special one for you tonight, man. First off, man, shout out to all the dads out there that's behind that wall, that's still doing their thing and providing, still providing behind that wall. So shout out to all y'all, man. This video for y'all, man. But we're gonna get right to it, man. I got a special guest, man. Y'all seen him before, but he back talking about something different. Now we got a whole different topic that we talking about, man. So sit back, get ready for some good content, man. What's good with y'all?
Man, just cooler, fans. Just cooler, man. Salute, man. Peace and blessings, man, to everybody that may be watching. Make sure you follow Anthony Williams on social media, Facebook. Man, it's an honor, bro, to be back on the show, man. It's kind of feeling like my second home, man.
For sure, man. For sure, man. And yeah, man, it's definitely an honor to have you back on, man. And like you said, it feel like you're second home, man. Like you one of my new favorite guests. You know what I mean? One of my anytime I get a guest to come back, man, like that shows that we connected on something positive, man. And you know what I mean? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. So this particular topic, bro, like a lot of people can relate to it, but a lot of people don't story. You may get to hear just one side of the story. Being they may hear just the mother's point of view of how things were, or they may hear the father thing, how his point of view, how things were, but they're not hearing that from the father until he's released and back in their life. So I want to give the people a chance to kind of hear from a father that's still fighting the struggle, still inside the belly of the beast, but still being able to provide at the same time. Because a lot of people don't talk about that.
Real talk. Well, my journey, man, started back in 2011, man. At the time, my kid's mother, we was together, and I got incarcerated due to a charge that I caught on my previous interview was on. But being incarcerated, man, being away from your kids, man, and seeing other men try to portray to be that father figure. One thing about it, a real father that's behind these walls, that's really making it happen, and that's really dropping that bag out, trying to make sure that they can do everything for their kids, man. And when it's like a hawking stage, we can only do so much being behind the walls, man. And you can't run nobody's household. I never was the type of person to run nobody's household, but I needed to know who's around my kids at all the time. And pretty much shout out to all the mothers, that have holding it down, that have made every visit, no matter what the situation that was. And shout out to my baby mother, through it all, we had ups and downs, but she was a wonderful mother to my kids. You know what I'm saying? I could say that my kids never missed a meal. They never missed no, and she did all that she could do. And I come on today not to bash no mothers, period. Because I come from a mother. All of us come from a mother. If it wasn't for the woman, we wouldn't be here. But I'm here to just touch a few little main topics as being an incarcerated father versus a free world mother.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely understand that, man. And like you said, man, we definitely ain't here to bash her, man, because like at the end of the day, man, like she's still doing her part. But like you said, man, we just kind of want to give an insight, man, to the viewers, man. Like people in your situation, people that know somebody in your situation, man. It's important that we know how y'all think, we know how y'all feel, and know the real. You know what I mean? So if you could, bro, could you take me back to like in North Carolina, bro? Like I'm pretty sure this is like that down there in other prison systems as well. Like, once you a certain, once they got you classified as a certain level of inmate, you know what I mean? Like your visitations may be contact, maybe non-contact, like through a glass or whatever, whatever. So being that you had this heavy sentence over your head or whatever, like how long was it before you got like your first contact visit where you like kind of, what I mean, being able to interact with?
Well, my first contact visit was in 2013, like around by April, and my son was like probably like 5 years old in that area, a little younger. Mathematics is kind of off a little bit, but my daughter was still like a baby. So it wasn't. really a understandable visit because I ain't really understand that visit until over the years I started seeing my kids grow up through pictures, older phone, different things like that. And you know, a lot of people would be saying this and talking. Grown folks would be talking, kids would be listening. And it was like that. My kids is instilled it. I mean, well, it was installed in their head that their father had a life sentence. And you know, that stuff right there kind of hurted me because I'm like, man, I don't have no life sentence. I might have 40 years, but my 40 years wasn't a mandatory sentence. And as long as I did everything that I had to do to be able to get ready to come back home to my kids, not meaning that I be with the mother or nothing like that, but just being able to see my kids again, you know, that right there kind of stalled me for a long time. So my first contact visit was this year, 2013. I mean, 2023, February. Like it was around Valentine's Day, so I said it was a
Okay.
Valentine visit. And through that visit, it was like I had to pay for my kids to come on the road. I had to pay to see my kids, and man, that kind of like hurted me, bro. So with me dealing with different women, and I'm getting women to take my kids' clothes, shoes, like any woman I ever dealt with since I was incarcerated. If you love me, you gotta love my kids. You gotta hit that highway, make sure they straight for me because I'm gonna make sure you and yours straight. And every woman that I deal with, man, I salute them all. Like man, they handle the business. But you know how it be with women's don't like this woman, and you know what I'm saying, different things like that. But you know, man, Valentine visit 2023, man, that was the greatest visit, bro. Oh, I was able to hug my kids. I was able to comfort them. And seeing my daughter, that was my first time touching my daughter. And just seeing her from baby pictures to coming into her preteen and seeing her growing up and maturing and see my daughter with breasts, I'm like, man, damn, man, like, man, I got to get up out this prison, man. You feel
Right.
me? So it started to make me push more. I started getting into a lot of educational classes and different things like this. Yeah, you know, in the beginning, I used to tell my kids I'd be home in 5 years. You know, that was a motivation to motivate me, and it was like the mother took it as, oh, you studied lying to him, you studied lying to him, you studied doing all of these different things like this here. And it was like at the same time, I'm like, nah, that's my motivation to keep on along my journey. And you know, we
Yeah.
kept on getting into it, bro.
That's what it is, man. And like you said, man, I could definitely can feel you for telling them, you know what I mean, that 5 years, because you know what I mean, to a child hearing that 5 years, it's gonna sound like forever to them, but it also, you know what I mean, it ain't forever. So they kind of keep them not necessarily in the dark, but kind of, you know what I mean, not necessarily fill them in on the exact amount of time that you got. But you saying to yourself that you got 5 years, you know what I mean, that just goes to show your whole shape of mind. And like you said, that is a motivational tool, man. If you're telling yourself that sooner or later it's gonna be true, and you having that mindset is definitely keeping you, you know what I mean, keeping you out of trouble, I would say. You know what I mean? If you're thinking about your children and coming home and stuff like that. So one thing I want to ask you, bro, something that I seen for myself up close and personal when I visited a cousin of mine's in prison. Like, how hard was it for you? You know, that being that first contact visit that you had, like you said, you just seen your daughter and all. How hard was it for you leaving that visit room, man? Because I've been told, and I was told this by my cousin that I wouldn't see. He was like, "Yo, get to the front, just don't look back." He was like, "That's all I ask, just don't look back." So, if you could share that experience from your point of view.
Well, you know, that visit, man, February the 14th of this year, man, it was like when I seen my kids, it was like everything that I argued with them about or argued with their mother, it was like it was to the side. It was like, man, I see my kids, I can hold my kids. Yeah,
Right,
I didn't worry about the money until like when I went back to the dormitory. I'm like, hey man, this woman charged me to see my kids. So just imagine if I wasn't stable inside of here to even much to have money to send. You know, I started getting money like 9 years ago, man, selling commissary. You know what I'm saying? Man, selling food, man. Like I made a lot of money with doing those different types of things. And every time that I made a large amount of money, I made sure my kids got the largest percentage of it. I ain't care nothing about nothing else. But seeing them that day, man, we prayed together. You know, I'm Muslim, so you know they Christian faith based. So they was telling me, 'cause, you know, the mother was praying. She was like, "Oh, you know, you a Muslim, woo, woo." So you know, I want to explain it to them like all faith walks are similarity alike. And we got to get up out of that thing that, oh, you believe this way, you believe that way. As long as we believe of God, and long as our kids are seeing that their father is on that journey, that should not be what journey did I lead, long as I'm positive and productive. So, you know, through it all, you know, just holding my daughter, man, and she brought her other child that wasn't my child. And I never ever, you know what I'm saying, downplayed the child. If I sent my kids things, I always made sure her other child got things. So what really hit me when I seen the other child, she was far off and she was looking at my kids, hugging on me, kissing me, and you know what I'm saying, we talking in the visitation room, and she was looking like, so I say, look, girl, what's going on? What's wrong? She was like, nothing. And I was like, you family too. Come on over here. You know,
Right.
you might not be my child, but you family. You know, at once upon a time, your father was married to their mother. You know, no matter the situation that their mother and your father went through, he was there taking care of my kids at one time when I probably wasn't able. So, you know, I believe in embracing kids, man. You know, man, I love kids, man. Salute to the kids. Stay out of trouble. Put the guns down. Stop the violence. You know, so it was a blessing, bro, to just be a part of that. And then at the end of it, it was like I let everybody else leave, you know, because I have my weight. So I let everybody else leave, and they let me stay in a little longer. So man, I ain't want my kids to leave, man. You know,
I heard
so
that.
once they left, it was like I feel like everything was a stage to just get me to get a little money out me. So when they left, the mother blocked me from off social media, different sites, different things like that. My phone got blocked. So I'm steady trying to call. And so when I do reach out, they like, oh, we ain't hear your call. I'm like, man, everywhere in America, people looking at their phone every 5 minutes, man. So, you know, we got in a little tangle argument and different things like that. And I just let it be and just continue to pray to Allah, man. You know, just stand up on my deen.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. And I'm glad you said that, man, because I kind of wanted to ask you about it, man. Being the religion, the journey that you on, man, like, and being in your current situation, and the things you got going on in the free world. You know what I mean? How hard has it been to stay on your team, man? Like you said in the last video, I don't know if my viewers actually caught that, but being an imam, that is, from my understanding, that is, like a top level Muslim at whatever facility um this person is at. So being you got all of that going on, bro, how hard was it? You know what I mean? Or how hard is it staying on your team?
Well, as of right now, because of my transfer, I'm not an imam no more. But you know, we are forever imams. We are forever caliphs, leaders. That was my motivation. That what built me. You know, that's what gave me my character. That taught me finance. That taught me everything that I am today. And through it all, I would never try to throw my religion on nobody. You know, I would respect everybody's religion because what's for me is for me. What's for them may not be for me. And
Right.
you know, that was the motivation, man, to keep going, you know. Man, like I used to sit back, man, and write letters to the DA, to the judges, you know, I was studying getting denied, you know what I'm saying? I was mad, you know, I was like, man, God, man, like, man, what's going on with me? Like, man, I'm doing everything you asked me to do, you know, but you know, when you look at it and see and you look back at life, you know, it was still something that I still was loved and I still loved it. And you know, I fell asleep one night, man, and God was like, you know, you want this favor from me? You know, you gotta let go what you like to do. So what I did was I gave up what I liked to do, and I just went hard off into the dean. And once I went hard off into the dean, I went to study read. You know what I'm saying? Man, I was the baby Malcolm of the facility, and you know, I started as assistant imam, and my partner had got killed during Ramadan, and I had to come up and be the E man, the head E man. And I was like, man, it's too much on me, guy. Like, I just wanted to do the finance. I just want to build a treasure. You feel me? Because I'm good with money. So through it all, you know, when he died, being the Iman, the Umar had dropped to like 25 members. And then when I started getting up there preaching and talking and spreading the word out, my Umar gained at like 75 people, 35 to 75 people. So I started like, man, God, man, so I really got a story to tell. So I just started explaining my story and telling people how did I cope with the situation that I was going through. I got in all type of parenting classes, anger management, drug and alcohol, all different things to keep my mind focused. My whole transition was to conquer the facility, was to conquer education, and that's what I did. Of me growing up, I used to deal with a speech impediment. Like I used to stutter all the time. So some of my words like a run together if I get over excited and different things like that. My son deal with being over excited, he get to stuttering a lot too. But it was like it still motivated me to see people following me, to see people seeing where I came from. Like, man, I was a real stepper, bro. Like for real. Like I ain't fear nobody but God, man. That's some bad vagina. That was the only thing I ever feared. But
Right.
as me changing myself and transitioning, it was like I became very powerful to people inside the prison and outside the prison. I connected with a lot of connections of different people that really, what I'm saying, support me right now today. I have never went without nothing. I have never starved in prison. I have never went without an empty belly inside of here. But I knew that wasn't me. That was God. And that was the people that God was sending me to all walks of life. So, pretty much, brother, that's basically what it was, big brother.
Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what it is, man. Salute to you, man. Like, you know what I mean? I appreciate everything you shared, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long, man, because even in your current situation, man, you still a busy man and you still got other platforms to bless with your presence, man. So I kind of want to finish with, man, like, you know what I mean, kind of tying it back together, man. Like the fact that, I don't know if my viewers called it, but I definitely called it the fact that you know what I mean, had to basically pay to see your kids or whatever. So being in a predicament like that, man, I just want to, explain to the viewers, man, that just because somebody, gone away, that don't mean they still can't provide. And I just kind of want to shine the light on how you were able to provide being in your situation. Because from the conversations we have and the things that you said on just this interview alone, I know that you spending money for to get them to come up there. I know that won't the first or the last. You know what I mean?
Man, every time my kids ask me for something, I might say no, but that tingling feeling in the inside, knowing that I'm financially stable, knowing that I'm a wealthy man now in my life, credit scores high, everything legal, no scamming, no nothing. Um, man, it's like it's nothing in the world that I won't give my kids, but just like in the biblical term, um, you can you can feed a person all day, but if I can teach you how to fish, you can feed a village. And that's one of the things that I was teaching my son. Like you the oldest, like you the top dog. After me, you the top dog. You who run the family. And if you calling me every day, want money, 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 what you gonna have when I leave this earth? Because when my mother left, I had nothing, bro. I had nothing. I had to start from sticks and stones and build up. And that's my mindset, is to teach my kids financial literacy and different things like that. Because if we don't teach our kids, don't think these schools gonna teach them. The schools don't teach our kids no more. So
No,
that's one of the things that I always be more like. I be preaching to my kids, and they be like, "Come on, Dad, man, you doing it again." But I'm doing it because I don't want child to experience the different things that I had experienced. Like what I experienced, you might can't go through that, and that's basically what it was. And when we go back to the top of it as spending and buying, it's like, bro, I've been buying love for my kids since I've been incarcerated, man, just to really show them that, man, I love y'all. It ain't nothing in the world that I won't give you, but don't think you're gonna use me and then think you're gonna say things to me And certain things that they say, they don't be intentionally being smart. You know, it be my son. And I know through him, you know, it be his mother coercing him through it because I know his Texas from her Texas. You feel me? So at the same time, it's like his first prom came, no little ninth grade little prom thing. So he called me, was like, say, Dad, I need some money, Dad, ooh, for a suit. So I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it. But go to his birthday was July the 3rd of this year. I sent my son a $250 green dot money pack card. I seen it in the inbox for like 2 weeks. So when I hit him back, I'm like, why you didn't get that card out? So my girl was like, get the card out of it and just load the money up. And then when they call, just give them, you know what I'm saying, what they need. And so he was like, well, my mama said it was a scam or ooh. I'm like, why your mother started trying to paint me as a bad person? Like, that's not me, you know? And it still mess with me right now today, but I just say, man, look, this motivation, man. All my hardship, man, I'm gonna run into this shit, man, and keep on going. I ain't gonna let nobody stop me. They tell me I can't do it, I'm gonna do it 2 times. And that's what I've been doing, brother. Like today, I registered my company, my distribution company today, man. I registered, got it patented, got it copyrighted and everything today. That was $365, man. Yeah, you know, but that's something that I want to do. That's something that I believe in myself.
For sure, man. For sure. For sure. Definitely salute to you, man. Everything that you got going on, man. For sure, man. I appreciate you. You know what I mean, spinning the block, man. Coming, you know what I mean, to bless the platform with your presence again, man. And salute to
Always,
you,
bro.
man. Everything that you got going on, man. And you know what I mean, the stand up guy, the stand up father that you still being, you know what I mean, behind the walls. A lot of people don't do it in the free world. You doing it behind the walls, man. So salute to you, man. And before we get up out of here, man, anybody you want to shout out?
Man, shout out to my big brother Ashay Khan, you know, out of Detroit, Detroit reality TV show, man. He do a lot of Tubi movies and different things like that. He taught me how to present myself on platforms and different things like that. I was talking with him earlier. He was like, man, how's it going with the podcast thing? I was like, man, it's cool. You know, I'm in the building. Shout out to my little brother, Rich. You know, he going through a little complication, man. Free Rich Money Empire. Shout out to my big brother, Derek for real, aka Derek Johnson. Mr. Super Unit, Mr. Savage Life Entertainment, you know, Badass Entertainment. Shout out to the whole Badass Entertainment. Shout out to the whole Savage Life. Shout out to Badass Syndicate. Hey, happy birthday to my favorite rapper. One of my favorite rapper, Boosie Badass today. You know, my second rapper, favorite artist rapper, Webby. You know, he speak it how he speak it. He gonna say it how he says, you know, and that's just how, you know, them the eras that I come from. But one thing about it, kids, don't think it's cool being in prison. Don't think it's cool being out there in the world doing what your mother's name is telling you to stay out of trouble. Your father may be telling, your grandmother may be telling, they telling you because they don't want you to reap those hardships. Because certain people can't make it through this place. You know, hey, it's a lot of different things that go on in here. But if you ain't strong, you ain't built for it. So man, stop the violence. Stop the violence, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Facebook, Anthony Williams. I'm everywhere. I got to get off into this other meeting, man. I appreciate this opportunity, man. Anytime, bro, any topic you want me to touch, bro, we going to quote hers.
For sure. That's what it is, man. I appreciate you being able to do this, man. For sure. Before we go, man, I definitely want to say free you, man. Free the homeboy, Dolo the truth, man. Free my homeboy, Rashad White, man. 16 down, 4 to the dope, man. I'm the voice of the North, man. Reminding everybody, why would I settle for less when my last name is more? We out. Make sure you hit
All
that.
good. Free Dolo, man. Free Ray Side too, man. Y'all know what it is. You know, we gonna hold it down, man, until we back out there again. Free all of my guys, man. Free them guys, man. Free every last one of y'all, man. If I forgot about you, if I didn't say your name, but free you, bro. You know what it is. 100. Appreciate it, bro.
For sure, for sure. Comment on the video, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share this video with a friend and another friend. Hopefully they'll do that. More to live for. The voice of the North. Yeah.
Voice of the North, we out, baby.